Hello tennis guys and tennis ladies, and welcome to my channel. In today's video I will be doing string review, first string review on my channel, and I will be reviewing this co-polyester string from Singum Pro, and it's called a polyplasma. And some of you may know this string. It's an old timer. It has been there for a while, and some people love it and some people hate it. But before I start the review, let me thank you to my man Libor Koňařík for buying me a coffee. Thank you, Libor. Díky, Libore. The coffee was great. I enjoyed it. With honey, obviously. Yeah. It's more healthy than sugar. So guys, stay tuned.
Small points, small details that I could have done better if I wanted to win. But that's tennis, that's life. It was a huge match. Rafa played unreal.
So when I first heard about this string, I've heard about it from my stringer, and was really interesting to hear something from a man who strings racket, who has been stringing racket for so long, who is really experienced. He strings tennis rackets, he strings squash rackets, he strings badminton rackets, and he's famous in our city for his consistency and for the quality of his string jobs. He's really great. I love this guy, I have to say. I love this guy. And I bought this string, the polyplasma, only because when I was buying some stuff from, I'm not sure whether it was from Tennis Point or Tennis Pro online store, and obviously it wasn't enough for the free shipping, so I added to the cart very expensive string. Very cheap string, sorry, not expensive, it's very cheap. And yeah, I needed only like 5 or 8 euros to get to the free shipping, so I bought this. It caught my attention, and after I got the racket, by the way, this is the TFX1 285 from Technifiber. So this is the racket I tested the strings with. So if you don't know anything about this racket, check my previous video. It is somewhere here. So when I got to my stringer and I showed him this string, he was like, oh my god, it's the polyplasma from Signum Pro. And I was like, what's wrong with that string? And he was, well, the string is very stiff, it's very hard, and he doesn't like it as a stringer. But he told me that some people who are giving rackets to him for a string job use this string, and they are quite pleased with the string. And the main reason for it is that this string is very cheap and it's very durable, or should be very durable, and it's made in Germany. So Signum Pro, a German company, and obviously Germany has some really great strings. They have been on the stringing, let's say in the stringing world, very famous because of the Kirschbaum, for example. The brand Kirschbaum was very famous like 20 years ago. Nowadays the times changed a little bit, but once again Germany produces really good strings that are very cheap compared to the main brands like Wilson, Het, or Babolat or Luxilon, etc. So Germany always good with strings and cheap strings. So I chose this polyplasma because the price was really good for this string, and if you buy like 200 meters of this string, it costs around 57-58 euros, and if you divide it if you buy the 200 meters and you divide it by the 16 or 17 strings jobs you get from the 200 meters, so the one string job costs around 350 euros, which is really cheap, really great for this type of string. But let's talk about this string. So this is a high-tech co-polyester string, and I bought this 1.28 millimeters version, and they also have the 1.18 version, 1.23 and 1.33, which is very thick. And there's the details about the string. So it has new molecular structure, it has minimum tension loss, no string moving, which is something many players are really looking into, many string breakers are looking into. Excellent ball control, high durability, high dynamic power. Once again, the tension maintains should be good, and it is good, by the way. And excellent playability and comfort and distinctive color, obviously very distinctive color. And I have to say, it suits this Technifiber tennis racket really well. Look at that, how it looks with the white frame. I think it looks absolutely fantastic. It's kind of a little bit shiny, and I like that color option for this racket. Not sure how would this color option look, for example, in a black racket, for example, in a pro staff racket. But for lighter colors, lighter frames, this color option is great in my opinion. And there is some info about the string tension loss. There is this graphic, I will show it in the video. And what is interesting is that this string should maintain the string tension on a similar or even higher level than a natural gut, which is amazing for a polyester strings, because as we know, the problem with polyester strings is that they lose the tension not constantly like this, but they lose the tension in this fashion. So 3 days the tension is okay, and then it suddenly drops. So the tension loss for polyester strings is like this. It's okay, and then it's bad. Then it holds the tension once again, and then it's bad. Okay, so it makes kind of stairs. So if you go on stairs, this is the way how the tension is lost with a polyester string. On the other hand, if we have a synthetic gut or natural gut, then the tension loss is even. It goes like this, and it's predictable. So this should hold tension really well, and it holds tension really good, as I will show you later. There is a note: because of the very low tension loss for a long time, it is recommended to string with a 10% less tension than usual polyester or nylon string. So what I did, on the 5th of April, I strung this racket at 23 and 22 kilos. Usually I play with 24 or 23 kilos. So I dropped the tension about 1 kilo. Today we have the 21st of April, 16 days later, and during the 16 days I did play with this string, with this racket, about 6 to 10 hours, which is kind of a lot. And I've played with various players, with women, with children, with juniors, with men, with competitive players. I've hit very hard with this string, and I have to say that at the beginning I felt like the string was a little bit firmer than I prefer, than compared, for example, with the black coat from Technifiber I use. But after like 1 or 2 hours, the strings braked in a little bit and the comfort started popping out. And what was really surprising for me was that I could hit with this string really fully without losing control. Even the tension was 1 kilo lower than with my preferred black coat tennis string, and the comfort started popping out. But at the same time, I got a really nice control, really good spin. Even it is a round string without any edges. And I have to say, compared to the black coat, the power from this string is higher. So you can strike the ball flat, and the ball still goes in the court. And I really started enjoying this string, and the loss of the tension was not bad at all. So I've tested it today with a mobile app. I'm not sure if you know about this mobile app. There is a mobile app for Android, and even I think it's for iPhone, and it's called Tennis Tension. It's a paid app, you need to pay for it, but it's worth every cent because this app is really accurate. It's really accurate. And I've measured the tension after like 12 hours after the string job with this app, and it said 23 kilos. Amazing, so amazing. And today I've measured the strings again, and after 16 days and several hours, like I've said, 6 to 10 hours, I didn't count it, really nice play with the string. The strings have 19.5 kilos. So the loss of tension is about 3.5 kilos in 16 days, but during an intensive play. And this is really good for a polyester string that is so cheap. So I'm really surprised about the quality and also about the durability. So if I look at the strings, so guys, there is just a slight, really slight break in. There is just a minor break in, as you can hear. When I pop the string out of the ridge, it goes back. And what's really great is that the strings stays in its place. They don't move. Even if now I have 19.5 kilos, the string plays just great. And maybe in the future I will start lowering my tension for the strings, because it's a modern trend in today's tennis that even the top players, they lower the string tension. Some play under 20 kilos. That's just insane. Some play, I believe one of the records is about maybe 13 kilos, some professional. And yeah, it can work if you have good technique, good feel. It works just fine. So yeah, really surprised about this string. It's so cheap and the quality is great. And they recommend it. They recommend this string for, let's say, chronic breakers. So if you are someone who breaks strings really often and who is doing a string job every week, guys, try this string. It's really cheap. It plays like the top polyester strings from other brands, and if you ask me which of the strings is similar to this string, the first string it came to my mind is the Technifiber Ice Coat. The Ice Coat is quite similar to this string. At the beginning it feels stiff, kind of stiff, muted, but when it breaks in, it plays really great, and it's for someone who swings really fast through the ball and who hits really fast, flat shots. And yeah, I could really hit with this string fast without any, let's say, loss of control, which surprised me because it's a round string and I'm used to the black coat string, which is a hexagonal string. It's a shaped string with edges, and I was surprised how much spin it gave this string, even it is round string. But yeah, once again, the TFX1 tennis rackets, they are great for spin. I told you that in my previous video. So guys, if you are looking for a string that is durable, that feels firm, that feels stiff, but at the same time it has really nice comfort and it makes the ball fly in the direction where you want without losing control. This is a control-oriented string for a power tennis player. Just give it a shot. It's cheap. Just for like 550 euros on Tennis Warehouse you can get a single string, and for let's say 57 euros you get 200 meters. So you can't beat that price, and it really feels great. And maybe it will be really good for someone who is using a hybrid, so with some multi-filament string or natural gut string in combination, or even a synthetic gut. It can do magic, I believe. So guys, Signum Pro, they have also other strings, other products, and they are cheap too, and maybe I will look at them in the future. But I'm really impressed about this string, and for someone who is breaking, who is a really chronic string breaker, this can be the best possible string, or one of the best options, and it won't ruin your budget. So guys, there you have it. Let me know in the comments if you are familiar with the polyplasma string, because I think that this string has been there on the market for many years. Some people, when I ask them, they know this string from like 15, maybe 20 years ago, maybe even more. So this is kind of an old timer, old school tennis string, good old school tennis string. And yeah, not every expensive string can be good, and not every cheap string can be bad. So there is the proof. So guys, Signum Pro polyplasma, let me know in the comments below if you know this string. What type of string do you use? Why do you use it? At what tension? Because the tension is a really good topic for today's tennis, lowering the tension, playing a little bit lower to give the rackets and your arm more comfort and of course more feel. So guys, if you like this string review, click the thumbs up button. If you didn't, click the thumbs down button. Of course you can, but I hope you will not. And if you like my channel overall, just buy me a coffee. I will highly appreciate that. The link is below in the description. And for today's, the review is over. I thank you for watching, and I will catch you in my future video. Bye guys.